The boys are back in town. That's right, guys. We're back. Welcome back. Bear down. Feels like it's been a minute, huh? Good time to miss a little bit of time, though, because all I've missed is the crazy clamoring of people on Twitter and everywhere making up fake rumors and garbage about DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. I don't like that stuff. So I'm glad my downtime was during that time because there wasn't a lot else to go over. So I'm going to bring you guys the stuff that you like to see on here. I'm going to update the entire roster. I'm going to show you the rookies that have been invited we didn't have before because rookie minicamp is on. We're back, baby. Bears football is back. And there's some fun players here at minicamp, and there's a lot to go over. So let's jump right into this sucker. Of course, we pull me off screen, and we got to look over here. Let's bring the bear down pointer on. Here's the pointer. We'll make it a little smaller. Okay, the draft is over. Rookie minicamp is on May 9th through May 12th. Then we got the NFL schedule release on the 14th. I'm stoked for that. I want to see where certain games go. Then we got off-season workouts beginning May 20th. So that's only 11 days from now. And that'll go through the 22nd, and then the following week, the 27th through the 30th. And then we have mandatory minicamp June 3rd through 5th. Another OTAs on 9th through 11th. Then preseason rookie training camp mid-July. They'll show up. The rookies will show up. And shortly after there, everybody, the entire team will report. And sometimes they do it on the same day. We'll just have to wait to see. But we're right in the thick of it. So we're going to have a month down here from June to mid-July, June 11th through mid-July. And then it's back. We're back, baby, all the way back. So what to go over with Bears rookie minicamp? Well, we're going to go over who was there. So first of all, you have your 2025 draft class. So here's all the draft class, all 8 picks there. Then we have, here's there's numbers. So we hadn't gone over this yet. Here's the numbers. These are subject to change. In fact, one of the funny things you hear Luther Burden talk about, I don't have the clip up, but if you go listen to his interview, they asked him, Luther, why'd you pick 87? He basically said, well, all the other good numbers were gone. So when they say these things are subject to change, these are subject to change. Once other players are cut, once we trim it down to 53 and Luther Burden will be on the 53-man roster, he could easily change his number. This is for 90-man camp. This is for rookie minicamp. This is for the part of the offseason. Once it changes, I'm sure they'll give him a priority to take 13 or whatever number that he wants to take. So here's your undrafted free agent signings. All 10 of them have signed. We already reported this one before, but here's these guys. You got Major Burns at safety, Power Echols linebacker, Deion Hankins running back, Jeremy Robinson edge, Xavier Carlton edge, Tyshim Johnson safety, Ja'Day Walker wide receiver, J.P. Richardson wide receiver, Jonathan Kim place kicker, and Luke Elkin long snapper, who I think will make the roster. I'm going to call that one. That's my bold, not so bold prediction. Now, here's your rookie minicamp invites we knew about before today. So you had these 14 guys, Gio Paez, Sebastian Pears, Emmett Bowl, Vershawn Lee, and some of these guys are good-sized guys. Jeremiah Hunter, Dominic Mazzotti, Thomas Gordon, who I'm actually pretty high on Thomas Gordon, Jordan Mahoney, Isaiah Green, Devin Kirkwood, Cole Nelson, Michael Baton, Luke Elzinga, and Lachlan Wilson. And then we do have one change. Luke Elzing was invited to both the Bears minicamp and the Titans minicamp. He end up coming to the Bears minicamp. I don't know if he went to the Titans. I'm just saying he didn't end up coming to the Bears. So maybe he didn't like that he was already behind Torrey Taylor, that Lachlan Wilson was coming. I don't know. Either way, he didn't end up showing up. But here is your updated entire thing of who came. So this is what the Chicago Bears put out. And I know this is really, really, really tiny, but you can see there's 47 total players. 47 total players right here. You got 8 drafted players. We already showed those. 10 undrafted free agents that signed. We got those. And then a rookie minicamp. These are the updates. First-year players can also come, too. Now, first-year players are anybody who didn't accrue an official season in the NFL. So these guys, and I'll just go over them real quick. Austin Reed, Carl Jones Jr., Jordan Murray, Theo Benedict, John Jackson, and Joel Wilson. They didn't qualify for an NFL season under the bargaining. So they don't have an NFL season under their belt. It's interesting. There's other players that could have fell into this too, like Jamari Croma, who didn't come to this. I think the Bears already have him solidified as making the 90-man roster. A couple other players like that as well, but these guys did get invited as well. So there's 6 first-year players. But here's the rookie minicamp tryouts. That's kind of the ones we're focused on. Now, here's the 10 that ended up coming that we didn't have on our radar before today showed up. Before the Bears really posted this. They posted this yesterday. So you got Matthew Downing, who is the quarterback out of Elon, 5'11", 207 pounds. You got Christian Grubb, who I actually kind of like a little bit, running back, 5'9", 194 out of Portland State. You got Bryquise Brown, who's a defensive back, a cornerback, out of Boston College. You got Sheldon Arnold, defensive back out of Central Florida, UCF. You got Jeremiah Walker, who is right here, a defensive back out of Stephen S. Austin. I was trying to remember where he came from. Brian Addison out of UCLA, another defensive back, another safety. You got Reggie Brown. Now, this is an interesting one. Reggie Brown on ESPN's site actually shows him as a member of the Bear. They show that he signed a contract with the Bears, but that's not true. We don't have that. So he's actually listed on the Bears and not a rookie minicamp invite. So that's interesting. Reggie Brown, tight end out of Tulane. And then we've got Braden Keem, who's from BYU, offensive tackle. Now, it's interesting because he's listed as 6'9" everywhere. On the chart here for the Bears, he's listed as 6'8", so he's 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", 322 pounds. Now, remember, these guys are rookie camp invitees, so they've got to beat somebody else off the 90-man roster to get a contract and be able to go to 90-man camp. And then from there, you still got to work your way. You got to try to make the 53-man roster or a practice squad, and you got to go from there. So Vincent Murphy, also from Tulane, a center. And then Nana Asare Asafo Mensah, defensive end out of TCU. And he's pretty stacked. I think it's another Jamri Chroma type of guy might be. We'll see. But those are your guys that are invited to rookie minicamp. So we got 23 rookie minicamp tryouts. And remember, the 90-man roster is set. So here's your 90-man roster. That's what we had before. Now, when I say it's set, it means we have 90 men that have signed contracts. It doesn't mean it's in stone. I'm not saying this thing is firm because somebody could beat Jeremy Robinson out. Whatever, Asusa, Fafofa could beat out Jeremy Robinson and be on the 90-man roster. We'll have to wait and see as we get through camp. So here's a look at each player who's invited to rookie minicamp and whether they stand on the 90-man roster or whether they're a tryout and whether they have to fight their way onto the roster. So we'll start first with the backfield, the quarterbacks and running backs. Austin Reed is there. He's on the 90-man roster. Matthew Downing is a minicamp tryout. You got Kyle Monangai and Deion Hankins, who are on the 90-man roster now. And then Christian Grubb is the minicamp tryout. To the offensive line, you've got the Canadian Eagle, Theo Benedict. You got Luke Newman, 6th-round pick, and Ozzie Trapillo, 2nd-round pick. Assume those two are pretty safe, especially Ozzie Trapillo. But then you got Vincent Murphy, Sebastian Pears, Emmett Bull, Vershawn Lee, and Braden Keem, all as minicamp tryouts. So could one of them beat Theo Benedict out? Could then one of them beat somebody else on the roster out? You got Chris Glazer, Jordan McFadden, some of these other guys that are on the Doug Kramer, Joshua Miles. You got some of these guys that aren't at rookie camp, but they, still have to fight for their roster spots. Some of these guys could beat them out. So we'll have to wait and see as it progresses. But right now we're just at rookie minicamp. We're not narrowing down the 90-man. Receivers and tight ends, you got Luther Burden there. You got John Jackson there. You got J.P. Richardson, Ja'Day Walker, and Jeremiah Walker. For tight ends, you got Colston Loveland, Joel Wilson, Jordan Murray. These guys are all on the 90-man roster, but then in the minicamp tryouts, you also have Reggie Brown, Dominic Mazzotti, and Thomas Gordon. So good options there. It's going to be fun to watch how this progresses. The defensive line, you got Shamar Turner, who he did mention they want him to stay under 300 pounds. So do they want him to convert and kick over to defensive end? He has DeMarcus Walker's number from last year, number 95. Be interesting to see what they end up doing with him. Is he a hybrid like Walker, defensive tackle, defensive end, what they're going to do? Either way, he's at 90-man camp. He's at rookie minicamp. Xavier Carlton, Jeremy Robinson. You've also got Gio Paez and Nana Asare Asafo Mensah and Cole Nielsen there as well for your defensive ends. All right, your linebackers and nickel. Well, no nickels there, but and who knows which one of those corners. So we'll get to the corners, but there's some of that could convert to nickel as well. But you got Ruben Hippopotamus, Carl Jones, Power Eccles, and then Michael Baton is the only one that's a minicamp tryout. The other ones are already on the 90-man roster. Then you got your cornerbacks and your safeties. So I'm not positive if any of these guys could shift over to nickel or how they're going to use them right now. All these guys are corners right now. But Zay Frazier, and then in minicamp tryout, you got five cornerbacks. Brian Addison, Sheldon Arnold, Jordan Mahoney, Isaiah Green, and Devin Kirkwood. And then at safety, you got Major Burns and Tysham Johnson on the 90-man roster, and Jeremiah Walker and Bryquise Brown as tryouts. And then you go to the special teams. The last we've got here, Jonathan Kim and Luke Elkin are on the 90-man roster as it stands now. You got a place kicker and a long snapper, and then you got a punter. Lachlan Wilson, also a punter who could make the 90-man roster. So you have 2 punters at 90-man camp. Just have to see how the Bears value that as well. All right, so some of the fun highlights from camp so far that I've found in the Bears, they're still releasing new ones right now as we speak, but this is Eric Bieniemy working with the running backs. You can see there you got number 25, which is Kyle Monangai. You got number 35, which is Deion Hankins, and then do they have someone behind him? We'll see there. There's Grubb that walked in, number 22.
There you go, nice. Under control. Nice.
I'll say this. I don't understand anybody who's talking smack on the running back room. Running backs don't carry the team. They're a supplement to the team. I've said this so many freaking times. We didn't have to get Ashton Genty. We didn't have to get Caleb Johnson. We didn't have to get Travion Henderson. We didn't have to get one of these guys. Kyle Monangai, I think, is going to surprise a lot of people. And we've got some depth there. And DeAndre Swift is still a solid option. I'm not going to go on a whole tangent here for running backs, but I'm not sold that we have a bad running back room. I think this is a solid running back room. And Ian Wheeler's been talked very highly of. He didn't qualify for a full contract either, so he could have been here as well, and they didn't make him because they've talked very highly about him. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But then here's Ozzie Trapillo, and this is going to be the talk of all spring camp, of all offseason. This is going to be the talk. Is he going to take over for Braxton Jones? Now, here's the thing. I don't think he should year one. I think it's very valuable to get him in the weight room, to get him experience, to let him play as many snaps as possible when they can. But if Braxton Jones plays as the 14th best left tackle like he did last year, and we let him walk out the door because we like what we see in Ozzie Trapillo, we get a 3rd round or 4th round comp pick for that. So no, we don't need to trade away Braxton Jones. We just need to play at a high level and then let him walk out and sign wherever he wants to sign. And we have Ozzie Trapillo learning for a year under his belt as a backup, learning, getting experience, getting reps in blowouts, getting reps in different situations. You don't have to rush these guys year one. It's always, especially the offensive line, it's always so valuable to have these guys have experience before they have to take over, because there's always a learning curve with the offensive line. Will take me off, and here's the reps from him.
Keep the post. Break.
And there's so much more. Let me just pull up Bears Twitter, actually. Let me just pull that up. We're only going to pull up Bears Twitter because everything else can be kind of annoying. But here's Luther Burden. We'll pull up sound when it's available. There's Luther Burden, 87 running a route. Boom, catch, go. I'm excited for that. Here's Shamar Turner on the sled, getting coached up.
There you go. Now, unlock that one right there. One more. Unlock that one. That's it. That's it. That's good power. Good power.
And here's Ozzie Trapillo that we were just showing.
Keep the post.
Shamar Turner, man, his personality is infectious.
Man,
just grateful.
It was surreal. Instead of taking a cart to the field today, I walked and just tried to soak it in, and dream come true. Finally getting to do whatever I've been wanting to do for my whole life.
Shamar, when you're making that walk, what's going through your mind?
Everything. That's dream job, bro. I get to do this every day now. Until I get ready to stop. Just talk to my brother, talk to God. I had a good time.
Love the humility. Kyle Monangai. Then you got Zay Frazier here. Here's Luther Burden. This is going to be a clip that's used all through the year. So here's Luther Burden talking about teams that passed up on him because he felt snubbed, which he was snubbed.
The chip on your shoulder a couple weeks ago after you were picked on day 2 instead of day 1. Is that something that you leave behind on draft weekend, or is that something you're carrying with you here?
No, that's staying with me forever. So everybody who passes upon me got to pay.
Gotta pay.
The chip on your shoulder.
I like it. In fact, his whole press conference was solid. It's worth a listen. He talks about people who talk down about his personality and his mentality, say he's lazy, say that he's a bad culture fit, say that he's, George Pickens 2.0 with certain reports. He says, let him talk. It's just noise. You block out the noise and you go to work. He seems super grateful, super humble. I'm grateful he's on our team. So Ozzie Trapillo. See Shamar Turner. Ozzie Trapillo talked about how he's practiced his whole life for left and right tackle. Talked about how Christian Mahogany was there and they teamed him up on the right side. They liked it in camp. They kept him there, but he's very flexible at both sides. He took every rep today at left tackle. So Bears clearly have intentions of trying him out at left tackle, seeing what happens. Might start the season with Braxton being injured. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. I think Braxton should get the playing time, like I said. And if he walks and we have him at a high level and he signs somewhere else very high, then we get a bag for him. We get a comp pick. More ads. Shamar Turner, Colston Loveland. He said he'll be participating in offseason workouts with Caleb and others who get together to receive and to catch and to throw. Limited right now. They're not really in, pads and drills and everything right now. But when we get back from July, we should see him in full action. I don't think there's going to be any hesitation of him. Right now, he's in the playbook and they're learning. They got together last night. All the rookies came in last night. So that happened. Coach Johnson talked about that, how he got them together last night. You're talking about, the playbook and formation and expectations and all that stuff. And that's what you're going through right now. These are all worth a listen. If you guys haven't listened to them, I'm not going to recap them all right here, but we're just kind of going over everything that happened. So there's Luther Burden going out to practice. Austin Reed. Get the sound on.
Hi.
Good to see you guys.
Austin Reed back. Here's Shamar Turner, what he's talking about.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to walk today.
Just like he said in his press conference. Honor Virginia McCaskey before Mother's Day. That's pretty cool. And here's all the rookies signing. All the rookies have signed their contracts except the second rounders. This is one of those things. We go over it every year. Not worried about it. They're all going to sign their contracts. And then here's the Bears with the jerseys. Like it says, subject to change. So once we do cut downs, I can almost guarantee Luther Burden with his response will be switching out. Here's jersey number. Trapillo initially turned me off with his 75 because that's Larry Borum's number that I despise Larry Borum on the team. But that's also Kyle Long's number. So you just have to, put the past behind us and let these guys. Who cares? So much talk about these numbers. Don't care about the numbers. Just let them make their own number. Anyways, here's the undrafted free agents they all sign. And here's last night as they were coming into the building. Luther Burden walking into Hallis Hall, another ad. There's Colston Loveland walking into the building. A couple more of them. Shamar Turner walking in, and then there's a message. So TJ Edwards, DJ
need
Moore.
The rooms filled. I'm excited for y'all. Congratulations. Future teammates, we're excited. I think something special is building here. Make sure you bring your snacks because the vets need the rooms filled. I'm excited for y'all. Congratulations and get ready to work.
Be ready to learn. Be ready to understand the playbook. Be ready to be helped by great guys as I was. Just listen to the older guys. They'll guide you the right way, and I promise you everything will come smooth.
Let's get ready to get to work, man. We got a lot more work to do for sure. I obviously know what it was like a year ago, and not only do we have a bunch of good players on the team, there are certainly a good bunch of guys as well.
Let's get to work. Let's come ready to grind, ready to win.
Y'all worked hard to get to this point. It's much deserved, and get ready to work harder. You know what I'm saying? We about to go get it. Future teammates.
Oh, and then there's picture of Caleb. This is yesterday. So, anyways, we're right in the thick of it. There's Bears Twitter giving you an update. Let's see if
we're excited.
See if anything up here updated since we last looked. Refresh the screen. What up, Twitter? Bears Twitter. Nope. We're up to date. So minicamp is on, guys. It's on. We got our rookies in the building. We got them learning and growing. And this is a picture from today. So that's Ben Johnson, Ryan Poles, Dennis Allen, all there at camp, getting excited over what they've built, what they've constructed, what they're putting together here. It's going to be fun to see which of these rookies in the tryouts take a roster spot. There will be changes. There will be changes to this roster. That 90-man, even though we say it's set, means we filled it out with 90 guys. Now, there will be some guys cut, and there will be some other teams that cut guys too, and we could bring them in. There will be changes, so it's going to be fun to follow it as we go along. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. It's a blast to do this with you. I'm back. We're back. We're back, baby. Appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, the Bears at Bear Down.
Bear Down, sports making Chicago proud.
Hey, I know I was out for a little bit there. Appreciate you guys sticking around, tuning in, being a part of this. Appreciate every one of you guys. If you don't mind hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, be a part of this, be with us. It's a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys. Bear down.